to recap, last session we had Orchid, our Kenku, go on a small little quest as commanded by their patron, the Raven Mother. And
Raven Queen.
Raven Queen, thank you.
Excuse you.
Excuse me, yes. And so, upon this, Orchid came across a lantern, as well as coming across Yorick, our undead friend, who they then went together to discover a bandit camp, which had the remaining players in it. Those players being Quarrier, or Quarry, our Drow Druid, Maya, our Eberron Orc Cleric, and Gaius, our Human Paladin. And all of you escaped this bandit camp, getting all of your supplies back. You headed back to the main settlement, where you were greeted by a guard asking you all to touch a silver symbol, a holy symbol. And when this silver holy symbol was touched by Maya, it became hot, freaking out the guard, but then Maya began berating the guard, telling him how stupid he was and such things, until he thought to himself, had an existential crisis, threw the cross away, and let you in, being very disappointed in himself. And then once you came in this town, you talked to all sorts of people, you had conversations, you found a couple of different leads that you could follow, you stayed the night at the inn, and then you set out in the morning to go search for the lost brother of the general store owner. And you found his body surrounded by several different undead beings praying at a destroyed chapel. And after finishing the prayer for these undead that were trying to get you to join in on them, their souls were released, but the bodies that remained began to sprout plants that attacked you. And you all fought with each other. And right before this had happened, Orchid had gone searching into another area within the chapel and found a few things. And pocketed those. And so, after this battle was when we ended our last session. And at the end of the battle, when you killed one of the creatures, it exploded in a flood of blood, and some of it splashed onto Yorick, and he failed a sanity check. So now Yorick, for the next 3 hours, does not have memory of most things. He has amnesia.
I'm gonna go rifle through the dead folk on the ground.
Wait, is Yorick on the ground right now?
On the ground? No.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he was for a second.
Okay, so you said you're rifling through the dead people and like the chapel area in general?
Dead people first, but yeah.
Okay. Could I get a perception check from you?
Wouldn't that be investigation? Because I'm looking specifically.
Sure.
I can, whatever one.
Owned.
Yeah, you can do an investigation. Okay, so a 12. So looking through these bodies, you're moving the small rags that were on the corpses that are now essentially eviscerated by the plants growing out of them and being slashed and smashed by all of the different abilities that you all threw at them. And all you can really find on them is 2 of the bodies had a little bit of copper coin on them. About 5 copper in total.
Okay.
And aside from that, there was nothing of use on any of them.
I will take the 5 copper.
Alright.
And then, I guess, look around and find our Fearbulk, or was he a bugbear?
He was a bugbear.
Bugbear?
You're looking for the corpse of the bugbear?
Yeah, I'll go check our bugbear friend and see if he's, like, actually dead.
Okay, so what are the other players doing during this time? I know Yorick does not have any memory currently, so he's probably very confused. And what is Maya doing?
Oh, I was actually going to say that because it was like sort of after a battle, what she's going to do is sort of prepare sort of like a sort of like sort of like after battle ritual post game carnage carnage
Okay,
worship.
so you're pulling out some kind of
Yes.
like.
She in her bag she keeps some candles and candles and like sort of like assorted like more things that are from her empire that are like trinkets of war. So they're like things like sort of like little like medals and stuff like that. And she is going to lay them out, light the candles, and begin a prayer to Mars, her god.
All right, so Gaius, what are you doing currently?
I would like to check my wounds,
Okay.
as I seem to be the only one who got hurt.
Yeah, you were
in our party.
you were pretty heavily injured. So you had a lot of healing done to you via magical means. So as you check over your body, there's a lot of blood stain in your clothing and like a little bit of blood on your armor as well. And you also kind of feel some bruising, and there's a nice gash in you. But aside from that, you seem to be okay. You don't have any broken bones or anything like that. And it's just kind of like the kind of stuff you would assume you could heal fairly easily with medicine. Quarry, what are you doing?
I would like to I would like to do a nature check and try and identify what kind of like plants or fauna it was that was inside the bodies.
Okay. 21. Okay.
Nice.
So, as you kind of look at these, they at this point they've kind of withered and died. You can tell that they're very much dead. They seem somewhat similar to you to that of the forest that you've been traveling through. They seem like they're probably from around the area and like a little bit fey in nature.
Okay.
But an almost like an insulting imitation of Fae. Not really like something you would perceive to be natural within the Fae.
Okay, so some kind of perversion.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, and-
I'm going to stand up and look around to my party members and ask, how long do we want to be here? Would we like to get going, or do we want to take a break?
You know, Yorick is actually going to wipe the blood from his face. He's going to take one of the cigars from his coat, light it, and then I'd like to roll an insight check really fast while he squints his eyes.
Okay. A 3. You glean absolutely nothing that you are trying to perceive.
All right. What's going on here, and why am I here? What's going on?
I would also like to do an insight check into him to see if he's like trying to, play around with me, or like what his intentions are for that.
Okay. So you can see that he's genuinely confused. There's nothing about what he's doing right now that seems off to you. It seems like he's genuinely just has no idea what is happening.
Okay. Yorick, are you okay?
Who?
I believe
You-
you do remember your own name.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that is one thing. You do remember your own name.
You
Yeah,
you are Yorick too, Josh.
Yeah, I don't remember much. All I know is I'm here now. Everyone don't seem to be at each other's throats, so that's a benefit. Master, we are victorious in another battle! Who's this talking thing? What is this? Why is it floating?
It's your familiar, Cornelius.
Who, what now?
Yes, you claimed him to be your friend?
Master, we are allies. Listen, you're gonna stop yelling right now. It is all I know, no. No, you do not. Very well. As Cornelius just sort of floats off.
Okay.
Wow, Cornelius the ice honky.
Also, we were exploring, looking for the brother of one of the general store owner. I can't quite recall her name, but she her brother is, well, looks like you found him dead over there, and these were the I'm not really too sure what the specifics of what happened, but these are corpses that we found attacking you and your friends, and we stepped in and we helped, and we are now victorious in battle.
Can't seem to have the faintest memory of that.
To say
Well.
the least, these bodies seem to have been animated by something that is almost a perversion of nature. Not something that you would typically find, but almost as if it was maybe a curse of nature or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not too fond of it.
You one of them tree folk?
While I can indeed interpret the signs of nature themselves, I am more attuned to that of the Fae in general. However, I do find nature to be quite calming normally.
Suppose there's merit in that. Alright. I'm gonna take a seat.
I was gonna say Maya's finished her prayer by this point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna enjoy this stogie.
Maya's going to go over to, she goes over to York, and sort of like pulls out like oh my god, there's ants on my arms.
Ants on my arms, Johnson.
No, sorry, that was I was like, what's on my arm? And I looked over and there's like 2 ants that came in through the window. Sorry. So yeah, she goes over and sort of puts herself in front of York. All right. Well, seems that from the conversations I heard that you don't quite have all of she gestures towards her head. You don't quite have all this right now. We're gonna do a couple basic tests if that's okay, just to make sure that your brain isn't completely fried.
York just sort of rolls a cigar in his mouth. Shoot.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do basic stuff to make sure that you don't have, something actually physically wrong with your brain. So, all right, can you track my finger? I know, very basic, but I don't know. Maybe you're concussed or something.
Okay, so as you're doing these tests with Yorick, could you do an insight check to determine how well you do these tests?
Okay.
All right, yeah. So Yorick does these tests very, very effectively.
Yeah.
Seems like everything's perfectly fine on his front. And
Yorick can walk in a straight line and say his ABCs backwards.
Exactly.
Can touch his nose.
He's only as inebriated as he wants to be. So Gaius, could I get a perception check from you?
Of course. Ouch.
Ooh.
You get
Fired
stung in
with
the
a
eyes by
reverb.
bees.
Okay, so Gaius, as you're checking yourself and kind of moving around in the ruins a little bit, you accidentally kick a large rock with your foot, causing you to take a little bit of let's see, what's that gonna be? Sorry, I dropped my die. Yeah, okay, so I want you to take 1 bludgeoning damage from slamming your foot against this large rock. But as you do, you push it slightly out of the way, and you notice that there is a small clay tithe bowl that was beneath the rubble. And in this small tithe bowl, what you find is a bunch of different pieces of silver and copper, with 2 distinctive pieces of gold. So you find 17 copper pieces, 14 silver pieces, and 2 gold pieces, all in this tithe bowl that it's all collected. The bowl itself is shattered and destroyed. It's mostly just kind of like in pieces.
I would like to scoop up the currency and place it upon the altar, for it is wrong to take tithe that is given to a church.
Okay. So you just kind of like pick it up and push away a little bit of rubble and just kind of like drop all this coin. Everybody hears all this coin just slam on the, drop onto this altar and splay across it. Maybe a coin or 2 kind of falls onto the ground next to it with a little
Orchid immediately perks up to the sound of jingling.
Shinies detected.
And goes over and just kind of like inspects and maybe pockets some of the ones that are on the ground.
Okay, so let me determine to you how many fell on the ground. Okay, so 2 pieces of silver and 1 piece of copper fell on the ground.
Nice. I'm gonna pick it up.
Can I get a stealth check to see how effectively you managed to pick these up without being noticed? Okay.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to not be noticed.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if people did notice. So,
okay.
Pretty much everybody sees you just pick these coins up and pocket them that fell onto the ground.
What's the story with that big feller and that talking bird there?
What?
Anybody?
I'd like to hold my hand out expectantly to the bird to return the coin.
I pout the best that a bird can, and then I hand it back over to him.
Well, Yorick, seeing as your memory seems gone, that's Orchid, our bird friend.
In your voice, you hear perfectly, Orchid.
Yep. I don't have anything to follow that up.
Yeah.
Just about as good as it's gonna get.
Yorick just sort of puffs at the cigar. All right.
God, I wonder what it would be if you forgot how to smoke cigars.
You know, I don't know what kind of booze I had yesterday, but things are starting to hit.
In the meantime, could I go looking around for just like small medicinal herbs or like anything that can be generally used for treating wounds?
Yeah, sure. Can you give me a nature roll? Or I guess it could be a nature or survival, it's up to you.
Oh.
Alright, nature. That's fine. So, yeah, you find a couple of different herbs, just like general things that they look to you. You can identify that they aren't any kind of poisonous.
Yeah.
You probably don't currently know specifically what they could be used for, but they do look useful to you. So I'm going to say you've picked up about a pound of different types of herbs.
Okay. I'll have to actually test those then.
Yep.
Herbs.
Can I, I'm gonna go over to Choir and kind of grab her hand and gently lead her outside to the well where I found those, like, crazy vines that were moving in the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And just try to show her, and then probably throw on dancing lights and put them down into the well again.
Okay, so there's suddenly like a...
Oh.
And this light kind of appears before you. And this little bird just kind of has her little hands out in front of it, just kind of like, almost like she's holding the light, and then she just kind of like tosses it into the well, and you see as it falls down, and as you look into this into the well, you know the light doesn't affect the water. There's no rippling or anything, but you do see that there's like a thick vines in the area, but they've actually looked like they've withered and they're dying beneath this well. And they're not moving whatsoever. They're just in the well, beneath the water.
Mm.
Could I see if those are possibly the same type of plant as what was controlling the bodies?
Sure. Yeah, you can do a nature check for that.
Another one.
Is that a net 20?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. They are exactly identical in nature when you look at them to those.
Okay.
It seems like those were almost an extension of the vines that were in there.
And you said they were dying?
Correct.
Are they currently dead?
Yes.
Okay. To be safe, I'm just gonna start producing a flame in my head. I'm gonna say these perversions of nature, and then I'm gonna just start like burning around the
well?
vines around the well, and just
Okay.
getting rid of the perverse things of nature.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So are you all kind of resting, or?
Oh yeah, Yorick is kicking back in one of the pews.
Yes, I am also going to rest.
Okay, so
It took quite a hit.
it moves from noon to 1 p.m. You take an hour. Is anybody going to try to apply any medical supplies to themselves?
I would like to attempt.
Okay.
I was going to walk over to our paladin friend, and I was gonna say, "You look like you're injured. Would you like a bit of assistance?"
Oh yeah, I was also going to do the same.
So are you going to assist? Are you both going to assist the paladin? Or
Yeah.
I would want to at least help him.
I mean, I've got Healing Word as one of my prep spells, so.
okay, so are you going to use a spell slot to cast Healing Word on the paladin?
Yep.
Okay. How much does the paladin heal?
Let's click the button and see what it do. Cast at what level? Yeah, we'll cast at level 4.
Okay. So you feel the wound on your chest begin to kind of close up as this like emanating light comes off of Maya, as she just kind of like touches your wound, and you see that you kind of feel it like healing up. It's not perfect. There's still a little bit there, but it's feeling much better and doesn't really hurt to touch it anymore.
All right. Thank you for the help.
And then, Aquaria, are you simply helping use medical supplies, or are you using some kind of healing magic?
I have a herbalism kit, and I was going to break down whatever things I found into like components that would be able to at least help with wounds.
Okay, sure. So I'll say that this would be like a free usage of medical supplies. And can I get a medical check from you with advantage because you are working with Gaius to heal him?
Yeah. Wow, bad rolls.
So, Gaius, you can use up to 3 of your hit dice to heal yourself. So it's up to you on how much. And then
I'll use 1,
And then what is your modifier on medicine?
2.
No. What is Quara's?
+6.
+6. Okay. So you can apply 6 hit points to whatever you get off of your hit dice as well.
Sweet, 16. That's way more than I needed.
Well, also you also do apply your con modifier as well. When
That
you use
was
hit
way
dice.
more than I needed.
All right. So,
Big nasty.
so you're all fully healed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I only have max 31.
Is anybody else healing?
I was probably just gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay, so that would be another spell slot.
See what I get.
Wait, can't you target yourself with the first cast?
Is it multiple targets?
Yes,
No, it's
so-
only one.
Really?
Yes, it's a creature of your choice that you can see. So I guess if I close my eyes, I can't cast it.
I mean, if you're blinded, you can't. So that's important.
Okay. 2. That's worth a shot.
All right.
Did you accidentally blink while you were casting it?
Yeah. No, I winked.
You winked. Close one of your eye. So you're wounded, are you not?
I am not wounded.
Okay.
I'm just puffing on the cigar and it's about to go out.
Okay. So now, what are you doing?
Still?
No, the hour has passed. It is now 1 p.m. And you have
I'm
all
gonna
taken a short rest.
Go up to Yarik's body, and just kind of try to get people's attention, like point, and then in probably in the shopkeeper's voice, just say, bring her brother back.
Whose brother now?
The shopkeeper, I think. Oh God, I wish that your brain didn't do this. To be useful because you know this person. Well,
I know I didn't
we're
write
looking-
down her name.
Yeah, we're looking for somebody's lost brother. They own the store. I don't. Why am I? I don't.
Can I
I'm
get
not-
an insight check from you, Maya?
Yeah, actually, that'd be great. Because otherwise, I could continue to sputter about what I don't remember.
Alright, so
God, inform me of what I don't remember. Fuck.
I'd say with a 9, you do. You remember that her name was Muriel.
Yeah, Muriel's brother disappeared. I don't really remember all the other details, but you might, in hopefully an expedient manner.
Zorix kind of puts out the cigar and kind of just stares around. Huh. That's a damn shame.
I just say, in the shopkeeper's voice again, he's been missing for a few weeks now.
Oh, it was only a few days.
Oh, it was a few days? Okay.
Yes.
Just kidding.
We all just give wrong info.
That was my bad. I didn't write down on my notes how long he's been missing. I just said he was missing. So
Yeah, that's no worries.
he's been missing for a few days now. Bring him back to her brother.
Well, are we getting paid for it or something?
I just nod yes.
Okay. What the?
Butt of his cigar away.
That was weird. It pulled me out of the chat for some reason.
Interesting.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
Alright, so you said you... Yeah, okay. So
And
what
then
is...
I'm gonna attempt to like put him slightly over my body as much as I can to like drag him out of the chapel.
Okay.
Wait, hold on there, little feller. Why are you doing that? We got a bunch of big people here.
I'm like waiting patiently for somebody to help me then, but also like my knees will start to buckle a little bit because I'm okay strong, but not very strong.
Gaius will walk over to help.
So you're carrying this corpse with you?
Yes.
Okay, do a strength check for me.
I mean, I can carry, I can push or pull 540 pounds.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
help
can
by
push. I
carrying
know.
one of the feet.
Still do it.
I would still like to see a strength check from you.
Okay.
Oh no!
No. You are a very,
Okay.
very capable person. So, you are carrying her brother. You're carrying Yorick, the brother, fairly easily, but he is a bit hefty. He's a bugbear. So, you know, there's a bit of strain on you. You're kind of like, it's heavy. But I'm
gonna
successfully
notice
doing
this and attempt to pick up one of the feet, maybe, and just like help hold a leg.
Okay. Yeah, he feels the slightest amount of relief.
How is he carrying the bugbear?
How are you carrying the bugbear?
I would carry him like his arms draped over my shoulders and sort of like using my entire body to lift
Gotcha.
him in like a fireman's carry almost.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So not a fireman's carry, but almost a
Fuck if I
fireman's
know what it is.
carry. Okay. I'm gonna just look around for any kind of like, if we got a wheelbarrow or anything like with wheels or anything that we could possibly use to just drag the body on.
Okay. Can I get a
That's good
perception
idea.
check?
Yes.
Just some logs.
We could find a bunch of logs and then do the thing where you take out the first one and put it behind.
So, nearby you do notice that there is the door of the area that Orchid looked in earlier is a flat wooden plank essentially, and is partially broken off. Something you could easily break off, lay the body on, and then maybe tie something to and drag it.
Yeah. I motion Gaius and everyone over and I'm like, we can just use the wood. It's right here. We can just set it up. We can drag it with some rope. And I
The
start
sled.
reaching into my bag to get some rope and I nod and I go, yeah, sled.
Yeah.
I'll drag the body over and lay it down respectfully near the door, so I can then tear the door off.
We'll say it's not really a dignified way to be dead, to have your corpse hauled around on a sled, but I guess it's better than just laying here.
Alright, so you pull the door off, and you kind of lay it down, and you kind of put the body onto it, get that rope tied, and now you have a sled to carry this body with you.
Alright. We ready to set off?
I nod.
Daylight's a wasting.
Let's head out.
Okay, so
Onward!
so you begin to travel back the way you came, down the road. And it was about a 3-hour journey to get here. So, you're traveling along, and it's relatively quiet. You know, you're not really seeing a lot. It seems like there's not a lot of, not a lot of folk moving around right now. And then, if you give me a moment. Okay. So, as you're about an hour away from the village that you're trying to go to, you hear this distant noise of almost like a yell, like a ah kind of in the distance, and then you also hear this roar of like a noise coming, and it's coming from the distance in the direction that you're heading, but a little bit slightly to the right of you.
Yeah.
Well,
And up ahead, you see that there's almost like a little bit of a hill that forms to the side of the road, but there's a few trees that are blocking your vision of it currently.
I'm not a master tactician, but I'm going to say that I think somebody might be in a fight or in some sort of trouble.
Can I use my raven to send it up and go in the direction of the sound?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna sit down on the ground and then look through my raven's eyes and send it that way.
Okay, so in this state, you are unable to hear anything.
Yeah.
And you are blind, but you can see through the raven's eyes.
Yeah, I can perceive through the raven, so anything that it hears and it sees, that's what I hear. I don't hear anything immediately around me.
So as you send this raven over the trees, are the other party members doing anything, or are you just kind of watching the little bird sit down? Are you...
I am going to sort of brace myself for, potential combat.
Okay.
I will rest from pulling the sled.
Okay, so you're just kind of taking a resting break. Alright. So as this raven flies over the trees, through its eyes, you see two figures. One is massive. This massive creature. It's got these big curled horns that are curling back. It has some twigs sticking out of its back. It looks like it's got a little bit of fur in its back, and it's got like a red belly and it's got a big underjaw of like these fanged teeth, and it looks very vicious. It's on all fours. It's almost like a gorilla in the way that it moves, and it has these big clawed hands, and it's kind of like got a little drool dripping from it, and it's just in midst of combat with the other individual that you see, which is someone clad inside of heavy knight's armor. He has this leather large upper collar that goes down to his lower chest, and he has these yellow and blue striped cloth robes hanging off of him. He has almost like a headdress atop his helmeted head. It's got a little crest around it, and it's got flaps on all sides other than his face. And he has this large axe in his hand as he's fighting this creature. And you hear him just kind of yelling out to it, kind of daunting it, not daunting it, but taunting it. And you do see a distinctive symbol on him. It's a hands bound at the wrist. And that symbol is specifically upon his back. You can see it very, very blatantly. And he's just having a fight with this creature.
Okay, I'm gonna have my raven perch in a nearby tree then. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to cut off my connection with it and then leave it there. And how far away did it take my raven, or how far away was that?
I'd say they're about probably 200 feet ahead.
Okay. Then actually the connection would have been strained if it was 200 feet ahead, so I'm just
that's where they were. The raven didn't head that far. The raven could see them before.
Okay.
Yeah, they themselves are 200 feet ahead.
Okay, then before my raven gets out of range, I'm going to tell it to perch near them, mm-hmm. and then cut out from there, and then point in that direction that they were, and just say, there's a monster ahead. And then I mimic somebody swinging an axe at a monster. And I'd
Okay.
say some of the things that he was saying. So whatever taunts he was saying,
So
say that.
you hear like a Evaste, and like a kind of this like kind of gruff but a little bit high voice, as he's just kind of like calling out to the beast, taunting it and swinging his weapon upon it.
And then I put my hands out super wide and tried, like, and I go big for the monster big.
Monster B.
Ah. So, do we help or do we run? That is the question for all of us.
I'm more than willing to help someone out, I guess.
Are we getting paid to help him?
I know.
All right, then let's get going.
But I would say that monster could come back for us.
Come
It is-
hell or high water, we should kill this monster. Rid the world of another evil being.
Then let's go.
This one's
Are you sure it's just
flowery.
not like
I
a
just-
bear?
I shake my head no, and I kind of like get down on the ground similar to how it was, because I've never probably seen anything like it, so I don't really have the words to describe it. And then I just shake my head. Not a bear.
Yeah, this was a huge monstrosity.
Big.
Well, let's go get some high ground, better scout, and see what we want to do.
Sure
Okay.
you don't want to draw straws?
I just point to Yarrick on the ground. Her brother, been missing for days.
I mean, yeah, honestly, we're kind of in the middle of something else.
But I mean, that's the direction we're going anyway. What is another hour or two out of our day to help some poor fellow in need?
I mean, it's also possible that it could just be a bandit. One of my first introductions to this island, if you remember, was being kidnapped by bandits, so...
I say we can go, we can take a look, because we have to pass by anyway.
Against looking, but a little hesitant to do some doing.
Well, let's get going. And I'm gonna just start walking ahead towards the hill.
Okay. Does everyone follow?
I
Yeah.
will follow.
Okay.
Weapon
so,
drawn.
as you come
Uh-oh.
up, as you get closer, you see exactly what you saw, what was seen through the Raven's eyes. All of you see this individual. He is currently at great battle with this creature. He gets like smacked aside, but gets quickly back up on his feet. And you see as this holy aura kind of goes around him, and you see like a light come from his hand as some of the blood almost dissipates off of his chest that it was recently put there, as he continues his fighting with this creature. And the whole time he is hyping himself up, yelling things at this creature as he's fighting. Can I get Gaius? Can you do a religion check for me?
Why, God?
Oh,
You do not recognize anything that is on his armor to represent anything that you fully realize. He's moving too quickly. It's a bit too blurred.
Fine, I'll take that one. I
Well.
hate this game.
He doesn't seem to be a bandit, say the least. What about now? We have to make a decision. Go
Even
in-
if he were a bandit, we should still help this man. No one deserves to die to a beast.
guys, you talk really loud, and also, no, I don't agree with that.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's got it himself. I also agree. I really don't get up. What's with this thing?
How is the monster looking?
It's looking like it's got some good gashes in there. But can I get a perception check to get a better idea of how weakened
Sure.
it looks?
You sure can. Not good.
So beyond the fact that it looks like it's being injured, you can't really tell much else from looking at it. It's having a grand battle with this knight as he's just getting a few axe swings in and occasionally getting smacked by its claws or dodging as it tries to charge by him. He seems pretty nimble for being in such heavy armor.
how far away are we at this point?
Probably about 50 feet away.
Oh, 50 feet?
You are below a hill. There is a little bit of rocks in your way, but there's a path to the left of you that you can see to get up there. Or if you want to decline.
I think... Let's see. What do I want to do? I'll do this one. Just to help him out, I'm gonna cast a Ray of Frost at the creature.
Okay, can I get it to hit? Can I get it to hit roll with advantage?
With advantage?
Yes,
Sure.
because the creature is not aware of your presence. It's too busy focusing on the knight that it is fighting.
Okay. So it's a 19 to hit or a 20 to hit?
Dirty 20.
Okay, so can I get a damage roll from you? And you can roll twice the dice for damage.
I'm going to be right back real quick.
It's not a. It wasn't a natural 20 though.
Oh, it was not a nat 20? I'm sorry.
Oh,
No.
Dirty.
Yeah, if it's green, that's a nat 20.
Gotcha. All right, so can I just get a regular damage roll from you then?
You sure can. Just double check it. Oof.
Oof.
That's
okay.
one whole damage.
So as you shoot this ray of frost, you all watch as this little bird raises their little talon hand, and out of their fingertip shoots this singular little shard of ice. It just kind of launches and goes directly at this creature, and it just kind of like slashes it on the side of its leg. It looks like it barely does anything to the creature, but it does bring its attention, and it just kind of like.
Sorry, to also add to that though, its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, whenever that is.
Okay, so as it hits this creature, it looks over to you almost irritatedly, and almost like its attention is just pulled away from this knight entirely. And it just kind of lets out a massive, like, kind of yell, and it just starts barreling towards all of your direction. Can I get
at 10 feet slower?
At 10 feet slower, can I get an initiative roll from everybody?
Yes.
I thought the 1 damage would have made it sneaky.
Sneaky.
It was only 1 damage. I didn't think it was good.
All right.
Oh fuck! It's a rhinoceros.
Oh wait, I should have just did. Well, it's still the same. It's 7
Yeah.
there.
It is a
I also
big
needed
rhino.
to Cornelius. That's right.
Does Cornelius have his own initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's technically a separate entity.
Cornelius.
My raven also has its own initiative, technically, as well.
Okay.
So I will.
let me know what
what's
that is,
it
then.
for?
What is Gaius? What was your initiative?
6.
Okay. Yorick, what was yours?
Mine was 7.
7.
I have to roll. Oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got
What was,
Cornelius's.
What
18
was
for me.
yours?
That's
Orion?
Cornelius's.
Cornelius 17.
What was yours, Orchid?
Mine was 14.
14. Okay. And then Maya and Courier were both 18.
Oh no, I didn't roll.
Do we just want to roll a 1d2 to see which one of us goes first?
All right. So I'm gonna see the initiatives of.
Do you have a better dex mod than me?
No, I have 0.
Okay.
I have
then he
plus
will go
2.
first. Yeah. So.
So I think it goes to
So
dex
my
mod.
raven's initiative is 4.
Okay. Your Raven has an initiative of 4. Got you. So this monster. That's what it rolled for its initiative. And now let's get the knight. Ooh.
Oh, wrong button.
So, let me do this really quick. Descending. There we are. So, first off is going to be the knight, as you hear him kind of yell out again at this creature. And, simply, he just says, "Hey, let's smite you by il matter!" And he kind of just brings around his axe and goes for a holy smite slash on this creature. Let me see. Okay. So let's see. As he tries to strike it, that is a hit that he gets on it. He's gonna slash into its leg with his Holy Smite. And you see this light kind of shoot out of his axe as he strikes it, and you hear the creature kind of, just as it kind of takes that slash, but it keeps on trying to move towards all of you. So that's gonna be that much damage.
Fucker.
Okay.
Smeared in time.
And next I'm going to have Quarry.
Yeah. So, I would like to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
And I would like to cast it over here. So a 20-foot cube. And it alights the area. Creatures are in there have to make a dex saving throw.
Okay, so are you hitting only the beast?
Yes, the
Okay.
beast is the only one in the area.
So it must make a dex saving throw. Gotcha.
Yes.
Alright. It failed.
Okay, it had to beat a 14, but since it failed, it is now shrouded in a blue glow,
Okay.
and any attack roll against that creature has advantage if the attacker can see it, and it cannot benefit from being invisible.
Okay.
So attacks against it will have advantage.
Alright, so all attacks have advantage.
And then from that, I am going to then back up and maintain some concentration,
Gotcha.
and that will end my turn.
Alright. Next we're going to have Maya.
Yes. Okay. So I am going to. I need a refresher quickly on what my actions are, because this is one bonus action to cast.
Yeah, so you have a standard action, a bonus action, and a movement action. Those are the three things you're allowed.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then I will use my bonus action to cast spiritual weapon. So she Maya for a moment sort of puts her hands together, closes her eyes for a second, and summons forth a glowing spear in front of her.
Okay.
And the other thing too is I am going to retreat. No, I'm gonna actually just stay my ground, I think. That's it. I guess all I'm doing is casting a spiritual weapon. I'd
Okay.
like to see it. This is what it does.
Alright, sure. Do you have any, you're probably not in range for any ranged weapons you might have, so you may not be doing that.
Nope.
Okay. Cornelius.
Master, direct me for attack. What? Do it! Okay, as Yorick just sort of, flicks his, head over towards the creature. Go attack it. At once!
Alright, and so he levitates, so he can move up the terrain very easily.
And then I'm going to use, or Cornelius, I should say, is going to use Ice Shard.
Okay.
+4 to hit.
Alright, let's see the roll.
It's at advantage.
Is it at advantage?
Any
Yes.
creature that can see it glowing, because
It
it's
is
at
a
advantage.
you're
roll,
right.
Yeah. You miss. So it kind of shoots and whizzes over the knight's head as you kind of miss, and he's just kind of like, careful.
Are you trying to make him Italian? What's happening right now?
Assassino.
Yeah, he started as like a Viking and now he's Italian. But
He's
I'm
like
not gonna,
he's
I'm
a
not gonna harass you,
centurion.
harangue you for it, but I do find it funny.
No, I'm just trying to
Incredibilis.
figure it out because he every time you talk, I just get a different image of how he looks in my head.
Okay.
Because now
Wait.
he's mustachioed.
Well, you'll see.
Okay.
I'm thinking of a Gaelic knot, but it's made of spaghetti.
Alright, so is Cornelius finished?
Yes, Cornelius is done.
Okay. Orchid, you're up.
Oh jeez.
Very
Okay.
Celtic knot.
Are there any trees around that I can realistically climb up if I need to?
The closest tree to you currently would be this one over here.
Where is over here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And can I see over this rocky?
You can definitely see the beast over this rocky thing, and the beast is very large.
Okay, cool.
I mean, Tried hitting it before.
Yeah, I just don't want to get up there. So I'm gonna stick where I am, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on
Okay.
him. One sec. That's a 21 to hit.
Yes, that absolutely hits.
Sick. And then because he's already been damaged, it's 1d12.
Okay.
So 1d12. So he takes 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So you lift your little Kenku hand, and out of it you release. You see this energy flow through it, almost like this. It's kind of a wicked looking energy almost, but as it launches out of your hand, it's this purple energy that kind of fluctuates as it moves, slithers a little bit, but as it slams into this creature, you see it just kind of like light shoot out of its eyes almost, as it's kind of just like a and it takes the 11 points of damage that you've inflicted on it.
Alright, and then I'm going to just move to the edge of this because I can't quite reach that tree, so I'll just stick here, and that's almost my whole speed. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So this creature, it is now its initiative. This monster. So let me see something really quick.
Incredibilis.
Here. No, but it can be here. So this thing that shot it earlier, it's diverted its attention, and now it's going to attempt to run over to Cornelius. And as it leaves the space in front of this unnamed knight, he simply just goes, "Oh no, you don't!" And he just kind of tries to slash it with his axe again for another strike. That hits. And this time it is not smitten with its damage. So he barely grazes the side of this creature, but gets a little gash in it.
That was a really meaty dice to throw.
Thank you. And now it's going to run
hands.
over to Cornelius and do a running slam on him.
Is he attempting to attack?
Yes.
I'm going to use one of Cornelius's long rest reactions called Tendency.
Okay.
It's when targeted with an attack, the ghost can briefly possess the target's mind. The attacker must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be unable to attack the ghost for this round. The attacker must choose a new target or else lose the attack.
Okay.
I'm assuming it shares my spell DC, because I don't see anything about the ghost having its own DC check.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah, I don't see any, I'm looking right now, and
So
mine
what
is
does it have to be?
It has to be to 12.
Alright, it failed.
Hmm.
So as it approaches Cornelius, you see a light shoot out of his eyes, and the same exact light shoots out of this large monster's eyes. Is just kind of and kind of confusedly looks around for a second, trying to find a new target, but it can't really get itself to get moving before Yorick, you may go.
All right. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I guess we got no other choice now, as Yorick just sort of slides his gun out of his, pants again.
Okay.
And he just sort of walks up a little, he walks up the cliff, basically.
The cliff is probably about an 8-foot height to climb
An 8-foot height?
Yeah, it's not super high. It's a little bit taller than you. You'd have to reach up to pull yourself up over it, but it's not really that high entirely.
All right, I will do that.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll anything?
You can do an athletics check.
Okay.
As you try to climb up this, your hand kind of just slips, and you kind of just fall onto your ass. It's not tall enough to really make you take any damage, but you are prone now. You're just kind of sitting on your
You are
ass.
embarrassed.
These rocks are slippery. Watch out.
Can I get what is your raven doing now?
Oh, where would my raven be if I told him
Presumably
to wait
in this
in
tree,
a tree?
right here. Presumably
In that
one,
tree?
yes.
Okay, let me. So, about 80 feet. I think my raven is just gonna stick there.
There you go. There's your raven.
Thank you.
I
That's
will
very
give
good.
control of the raven to you as well.
Cool.
There we go. All right. So, guys.
Little old me.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look. Oof. I'll spend this turn and I'll just move on this turn over to. Wait, hold on. Let me. There. Okay. I'll move over there.
Okay.
I'll take the long way around.
So you're running over to the ramp to try and climb up.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that brings us back around, and now we're going to be going with the knight, as he's just, he's frustrated that this beast has run away from him, as he's just kind of chasing after it, moving up and running to strike it as he, yells, "Farimeter!" He's kind of, tries to slash it. So let's see if he gets it with his axe. But he unfortunately misses as the beast kind of sidesteps, looking around for a new target, and then...
He has advantage.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Thumbs
apologize. Thank you. He definitely hits that one. So he's going to, and this time also he's going to. You're watching as his axe glows again with this strike. And okay, he gets a good chunky slash right into this creature, as it just kind of and then turns around, very frustrated looking like it's probably provoking to attack him. Quarter, can you now go?
Yeah. No. Okay. So, I am standing here, having used up most of my spell slots, and I'm currently debating on how far away is that? Yeah, that's in range. Okay, cool. I'm going to begin my movement. I'm gonna move about here.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
Ice knife. Okay.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Just yeah. So let me click on the button that I made for that, and then so advantage.
That's a 25.
Correct. And so Ice Knife deals the following damage. It deals 1d10 piercing damage, and then it explodes, and then within 5 feet, it must succeed on a dex saving throw. So make the dex saving throw. You have to beat a 14, I believe.
Does that affect the thing you initially target?
Yeah, it will affect him. He's the only one within range of the secondary effect.
Okay. So he's gonna make a dex saving throw. Gotcha.
Yes.
He fails.
Okay, so he's gonna take an additional 2d6 cold damage. So
Okay.
1d10.
Yeah, so as you put your hands together and release this sharding ice straight out of your palms, with a kind of like a bit of a vaporous cold near it, and it kind of just sharding shoots at this creature, stabbing into it, then exploding with other shards flying into its upper neck and its face and its lower leg.
Perfect.
So that's gonna be 13 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And then with the rest of my action, or the rest of my movement, I'm gonna move back a bit more, and I'm gonna maintain concentration.
Okay.
And then thumbs up, good to go.
Okay. Maya, you are now up.
Alright. Okay. So, let me double check. I'm double checking the rule on this really quick. Bonus action you can turn. Okay, I have to ask because this weapon is
I
floating.
realize I don't have battle music on. Oops.
I've been listening to the Bastion soundtrack.
It's a calm and tranquil fight.
If because the spear is floating, can it go up that?
Are you asking? What do you mean?
Because I can move the spear independently using my bonus actions.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking. It's like
Yeah. It can scale. It can scale very
Okay.
easily. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Move the weapon up to 20 feet. Okay. So I am going to move to the base of this cliff.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move the spear up the cliff. And then I guess I will also start climbing this thing.
Okay. Can I get an athletics check from you?
Yep. Let me pull up my character sheet. Oh, let me roll actually for that spiritual weapon, because on a bonus action I can move it and up to 25 feet and attack something. Okay. And then
Okay, so it's doing. Well, you rolled for damage. You didn't roll to hit, I don't think.
let me see.
No, that's to hit.
The
No,
four?
that's damage.
That's damage. It says 4 piercing.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to put the dice
Yeah.
in there really quick.
That's okay. You just have to. You're rolling for an athletics check, and you're also rolling to hit with your spear.
Okay. Roll a 1d20 for the.
For both.
Okay. I got a 10 on the athletics check.
Okay, so you feel yourself slip a little bit as you're gripping, but you're able to climb up the side of this wall very effectively.
I got a 16 on the spear.
That also hits.
Okay,
So
cool.
you've managed to climb yourself on top of the cliff as your spear goes and strikes this creature, kind of stabbing into its side a little bit. As it's
Maya stares at it, just like sort of piercing eye stares at it as the spear stabs it.
Gotcha.
As she kind of crests the hill.
All right, Cornelius.
Have at you, giant abomination! As he kind of, has like a drilled ice hand and attempts to go for a strike.
Okay. That hits.
Okay, it's gonna be 1d4 plus 2 damage.
3. All right. Yeah,
I
so,
don't think I'm gonna move there, yeah.
so he just kind of has the drilling ice hand stab into the back of this creature's hide, but it doesn't notice it's mostly focused on its target, which is right in front of it. All right, Orchid.
Yay. I am going to round the corner and run this up a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5, 6. About there. And then I'm gonna just shoot an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. That definitely
is-
hits.
Yep, cool. So that is 1d10 plus 4. So a whole 6 damage.
All right, so yeah, you got this another bolt of this kind of discolored, almost blackish purple energy shooting out of your hand.
Well, it's force damage, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but this time it's almost like tendrils as it slams into it. It's just kind of like you see them kind of like spread apart, and just kind of like push the creature. Gives a nice like little lurch to it, moving it slightly to the side by probably by an inch, not much, but
Okay, and then I'm just gonna I'm gonna stay where I am, but do my best to crouch down, I guess, to try to use the incline to my advantage.
all right. So the beast as it kind of lets out a massive roar, like a it kind of takes both of its frontal arms and goes for a slams both of its arms at the knight who's standing before it, and it lands both of those blows. And as it lands these blows, let's see. Oof. All right. Oof. It gets a good claw slash right through the chest of this knight, just kind of getting a good gouge in his chest and flinging him back. So he moves back about 10 feet and he kind of falls prone, but you can see him leaning up, with a little bit of blood hanging off of him, kind of holding himself up with the with his long axe, just kind of starting to lift himself up to continue fighting after he goes. right, Yorick.
Yorick is going to get his ass off of the ground and sort of just dust his like clothes off.
Okay.
Tarnation. And I wish to attempt to climb up this once again.
Okay. Go for an athletics.
Okay.
All right. Similar to your fellow Maya, you just start to climb up. You feel your fingers slip a little bit, but you manage to climb up all the way and get yourself to the top, lift yourself up over it.
How you doing there?
Hey, your ice buddy's a good distraction.
Yeah, I'll say, all right, cover your ears. As I kind of just, or I should say, Yorick kind of like lines up his gun and attempts to go for a shot.
Okay.
Is this with advantage?
Yes, it is still marked.
Maya turns to the side with her hands on her ears.
Unfortunately, as you pull out your pistol, you try to shoot this beast. It kind of like turns over and like looks at you, and it like flies a little bit over its head.
Oh, well. It kind of just looks at the gun. Well, it's mad at us now.
Oh.
Is the raven going to continue to stay where it is?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Orchid, is your raven going to stay?
Oh, sorry. One sec. Sorry, I thought you were talking to someone else. Yeah, it is, because it only has a flying speed of 50 feet,
Gotcha.
so I'm not gonna
Alright, so
have
Gaius,
to do anything yet.
Yes.
you're up.
I would like to. Oh god. Probably should. Do I have to go all the way around? Can I cut the corner?
You could climb over if you want to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say you're trying to like leap over these rocks. So
Yes,
can
I'm
you give
trying
me
to
can you
go
give me
over
an acrobatics check?
Yes. Ooh, acrobatics.
Okay, so as you jump over these rocks, your foot catches a little bit, and you kind of like do a tumble roll, but you get back on your feet immediately, and you just kind of keep running up the hill.
Okay. Can the beast be frightened?
You could attempt to.
I believe that's the correct term I want to use. Yes. I would like to use Abjure Enemy as part of my channel divinity. I take out my holy symbol and I channel divinity, and one creature within 60 feet of me should just do that. And I would like to try and frighten the creature.
60 feet away, you can see that creature.
It must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so it will do so. It rolled a 10.
That fails.
Okay. So the creature sees you kind of like hold out the symbol and chant these words, and sees this light come off of you, and it just looks over to you and it's kind of like, and it seems like it's like Frankenstein to fire, you know. It's just kind of like light bad. It doesn't really want to get near you, and so it's a bit frightened right now.
I hate that all I thought of when that happened was the SpongeBob bed glowing meme.
Aw, that's
All right,
good
so
one.
is that it for guys?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
the only thing I can do.
you see this knight. He gets back on his feet, you know, bleeding a little bit, and then he's just like, "He'll not take me," and he just kind of rushes over to it to do a nice overhead running slam on this creature.
Dies.
And he hits it. Let's see. Alright. He hits it with his axe with a nice slash, and, you know, it's kind of reels back for a second. You know, it's got a big gouge in its arm now, and it's bleeding profusely, and it's like, just kind of like, you know, a little bit freaking out right now because all that's going on. Quarter, you're up.
Ah, beautiful. I'm going to... So, I believe I measured this correctly. Yeah, if I get here, that should be perfect. Yeah. And it's just out of range. So, I'm gonna get here. And I'm just gonna be like, yep, thumbs up. And then pass the turn.
You got it, team.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
do it!
You can forego your
Standard action to do another movement, but I don't want to get up on top of the hill.
I mean, you don't have to take your full movement though, right?
I mean, I don't have to. However, I would be using the movement anyways. I would rather stay on the low ground.
Alright.
Gotcha.
So, Maya, you're up.
Yep. Alright. I am going to use... Oh, wait, no, I'd have to cast Spiritual Weapon again anyway. I think it's a single-use thing. No, does it? Let me check. Oh, okay, yeah, it is one attack. Okay. All right, I'm gonna swing my swing anti-rampart, which is the rampart warhammer.
Yes.
Okay. I got a 12. Then roll for damage.
Yes, 12 does it.
I'm just rolling for damaging, regardless if it hits, just so I have it in front of me. Plus strength modifier. It's a 4 plus a 1. Okay, 5.
Okay. So, you get enough stab into the side of this creature.
Oh, this is this is with my hammer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you get a nice bludgeoning, like a clunk, as you like smack the side of this creature, and you feel a bit of the flesh almost tear away as you just kind of like slam into this creature into its like upper leg, as it's just kind of like.
Oh, I love fighting people so much more. It's easy to remember the weak spots.
All right, is that all for Maya?
Yep.
All right, Cornelius.
Given the opportunity, Cornelius has at it again with the enemy and goes for a strike.
Okay.
This is with advantage, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because this fucking thing keeps like turning all over the place. Let's see what else I get.
13 is a hit.
Alright. We'll do the damage.
Yeah, so he forms an icy claw and he kind of just rakes the side of the flesh of this creature. As it seems to mostly not notice, honestly.
Turn your attention towards me!
Orchid, you were up.
Alright, I'm going to run. I'm gonna stick right here. So I'm a little bit kind of out of the way, far enough.
Alright.
And then this guy's probably got a decent constitution, so maybe not that one. I'm gonna cast another Toll of the Dead at it. Just cause. That's 17 to hit.
Okay. That hits for sure.
That's 11 points of necrotic damage.
Alright, nice. Yeah, so you get another one of these bolts shooting from your hand. That's this purplish light. And as it touches this creature, it just kind of like shakes a bit. And you see like a... And like this black liquid kind of shoots from its mouth. As it just kind of like...
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna flip it off. And that's the end of my turn.
So you see this little tiny bird kind of like put up one of its little talons like in a vulgar motion towards this creature. But it's too occupied with dying to notice that you did this.
Flipping somebody off is a free action.
Well, they chose to use their bonus
I do
action.
it anyway.
Okay.
I don't have a need for a bonus action.
Does it make it stronger?
Yeah, does it make it notice it if I do it as a bonus action?
So this creature is beginning to panic. It's kind of like, and it just tries to like turn around and run away. and as it does this, as it leaves the ranges, Cornelius and the knight both have an attack of opportunity. So could I get Cornelius's attack?
The audacity! Oh my god, I cannot type.
That is for sure it.
A modest 5 damage.
Okay. So as both Cornelius kind of like claws at the creature with his ice claw and like grasps at it, you watch the knight as he just like lifts up and this holy light comes over his axe and he just lets down this intense strike over the creature as it just as it's running, it just kind of like gets slashed by this axe and it just kind of like falls onto its side and slides on the ground a little bit. You can see like blood all over the ground as it's where it slid, as it's just, you know, like, and the life kind of leaves its eyes. And now you've completed this combat.
Very
Wow.
I'm going to stop concentrating on my glowy spell.
I've never even done
And I
that.
will bring us over to the road, where this is just the image we'll be setting up. So, this knight, he just kind of gets down on one knee, just kind of like taking in some deep breaths, just like. He's kind of like lets go of his axe, lets it rest on the ground as you see like this light come from his hand as he's like holding it to his chest, and the blood on him is starting to like dissipate, and his breathing is becoming more regular. He's like,
Some medical attention?
No. I am alright. Thank you for your help. I am Guinness.
How do you spell that?
Gines, but the E has a accent mark over it. A paladin of Ilmater.
Sorry, what was that?
Ilmater.
Okay.
Is that what you ask?
Yes.
Oh, very much so. Would you like to roll a religion check?
Yes, I would like to roll a religion check.
Rolls a 1. You stop believing in the faith.
Yorick, you now have all of your memory back.
A 15, and I have a +3 on that.
Okay, so you know that Ilmater, or how
Ilmater.
Yeah, Ilmater. You know that Ilmater, is a deity that helps those who cannot help themselves. It's a deity of the downtrodden and the unfortunate.
I'm gonna go over to Gaius. Okay, well, maybe you made the right call on this one. I'm just gonna say, I'm assuming you know who Ilmater is. Yeah.
Of course.
Doesn't know anything. Just nods.
Just like, yeah, of course.
Chad, yes.
I am a
I'm
holy
gonna-
man.
I'm gonna
Forehead.
say, granted, I'm sure that they're aware of us bickering, but we helped out in the end.
I'm gonna proceed over to the body of the beast and I'm gonna examine what it is.
Okay, can you give me a nature check for that?
Yeah.
And as you do this, Ganesh just kind of he opens up his satchel and he begins to pull several different cups that extend further than what that satchel makes sense to be carrying. These just like these different cups and everything, and then he pulls this long bottle of wine out, and kind of just like sets it there, and he just kind of looks to all of you and he goes, "A drink. Would you be interested?"
By the way, Maya is going near the beast that we killed and is like doing her ritual thing again, her little prayer thing again.
A man after my own heart. I'd be pleased to drink with you.
Excellent.
Of course.
Excellent. And he just kind of, uncorks the bottle and just kind of starts pouring some different these cups of wine for you.
Now, partner, give me 1 second. As Yorick just sort of does a beckoning with his finger towards Cornelius. How could I assist you, master? All right. Before I take a sip here, I just need to know, why didn't you tell me what went on these last 3 hours? I tried to. You would not listen. No, I most likely did try to listen. You just weren't getting it through properly. I know you have difficulties talking to people. Say hi to our new friend here.
Does anyone have a knife?
Yes,
I run over with a dagger.
So as you look at this creature, all you can really tell is that it's warped a bit. It doesn't look like it's natural the way that it is. In a sense, it looks like something has changed its form.
Maya, by the way, takes the dagger, makes a small cut on the beast, and collects a little bit of the blood on a rag, and squeezes it into a small bowl.
Cool. I'm gonna start, skinning it, taking off all its stuff, and do the nice, haha, loot thing.
Gotcha. So I'll say that you picked up a sizable, a 2 pounds of meat off of this thing, and then you also kind of got some fur, another pound of this fur off of it.
Cool.
And then, Guinness is just kind of he has glasses of wine for everybody. He's just kind of sits down and you watch as he goes, how do you... Oh, this is difficult to always ask. Are you, opposed to those born of pacts?
Wait, I'm sorry, feller. Can you repeat that for me?
The children of warlocks.
Oh, I'm not one of them.
I kind of emerge from the back and just stare at him, waiting for him to continue talking. Kind of uncomfortably close to him.
I suppose the best way is to show. He kind of lifts his helmet off, and you see that he is a red-skinned tiefling. And he's a relatively handsome individual. He does in fact have a nice mustache. But he has this massive burn in the center of his forehead. It's one ring with a small ring in the center of it, and then an X going through both sides, both rings in the center as well. This is burned directly into his forehead. It looks like somebody took a hot poker and put it in there. Branded is the term.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Who cattle ironed you?
This is what happens when you... Well, he lifts his hands and he shows you that both his pinky and middle finger on both hands are missing.
Oh.
This is what happens when you're a thief and you're caught. But after... Well, I found your mate.
Yorick just sort of reaches into his pocket and lights another cigar, rolls it in his mouth for a second before I light in it. Nah, not about the faith.
Yeah, and he...
The drink, though, that's pretty nice.
I appreciate all of the help from you. It is nice. It is also nice to see you not wanting to kill me for my race, as it be.
Well, we all got our secrets. As Yorick just sort of takes a drink again.
It is difficult to remain a secret when it is the very being of you.
Yep. Nervously eyed as you take another sip.
Slurps.
You're helpful, but why did you come by here at all? What are you doing in this area?
We're hauling a corpse.
A corpse. Oh,
Yeah, listen, I know it's-
a fallen comrade. I hope not.
Not ours, but somebody else's.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
The shopkeep in town lost her brother. We're retrieving his body.
Yeah. Something no man left behind.
As he kind of takes up one of the glasses of, or one of the cups of wine that he has poured, he looks over to the Kenku and he just kind of goes, "Is this one old enough to drink?"
I don't know.
Probably not, but I am.
So he comes over, he hands you the cup, and he goes, "Sorry, little one, I do not want to insult the others giving you a drink."
I just kind of tilt my head. I don't know what he's talking about because I drink all the time. Maybe not liquor, but like I don't exactly understand what he's saying. So like I'll go to like reach for one of the cups.
Should I stop this?
Can birds drink alcohol?
No.
York just sort of shrugs, just sort of purses his lips for a second and observes.
I'm gonna Google drunk bird now.
I mean, if it happens, it's with like a seriously fermented fruit that they eat, and then they'll get like tipsy off of that.
Damn.
Yes, they will. Oh god, that's a drunk bird.
I'm gonna continue to reach for the cup if nobody's stopping me.
Well, if none of you stop it, must not be wrong.
Listen, I know how to help most people, but not necessarily you. I will lay this out for you, Orchid, that this might poison you, and I don't want to risk that.
Oh, upon hearing the word poison, I like quickly put the cup down.
I mean, technically, for everyone else who's drinking this is to some degree poison, but you know.
Upon hearing that, I'll smack the cup out of somebody's hand, whoever's closest to me.
So
I don't want
if you even reach for it, Maya's going to stand and put it really high up.
Poison.
So you just try to jump up and grab it.
No, it's fine. This is poison that's safe to not. Okay, it's complicated. I'm gonna have to explain a lot of things to it at some other point.
So Ganesh turns over to Gaius and looks and goes, "Oh, another man of the faith.
Albeit a different one.
Who would it be?"
Bahamut.
"Oh, I have a respect for them."
Yes, it's not every day that a non-human worships a dragon god, is it? Or a non-dragon, I should say.
"I suppose, but it's not every day that a tiefling of myself worships a deity that is of order. At least that is to be assumed of my people."
Yes, but if we were to have followed our assumptions, you might not have walked out of that alive.
Perhaps. I like to think I would have won, but I like to think it doesn't mean it's true. Oh, I do not have much I can offer for your help, aside from my wine, of course.
That's all I really need.
For me, your thanks is enough.
Well, here, as a fellow man of the faith, and he takes out this this like metal symbol. It's a symbol with his deity's markings on it, and he hands it to Gaius, and he says, "If you channel holy divinity into this, I will know. If I am nearby, I will come to your aid."
Oh shit, we got a summoning stone.
I appreciate that very much.
Of course, if I am not close, I cannot do much.
The gods work in mysterious ways, do they not?
The truth.
One could say that.
Well,
I don't know, Mars always seemed pretty direct.
aside from that, I have a few scrolls, bound spells that I could offer, but they're pricey. I don't tend to give them away. The cheapest one I have is a scroll of shield, and that is 120 gold pieces.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they're not cheap.
I'm good. I'm gonna be back on the road in case anybody needs something. I appreciate the wine, partner.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I get a? Would you mind giving me another glass for the road?
Oh, yes. I have many of them. He pours you
Thank
another
you.
and he just kind of hands you the cup. You may keep it.
Thank you.
I finish up, just absolutely butchering this animal and getting meat and fur, and I'm just like, cool.
You, would you like some wine?
I gesture over to him and I say, I'm sorry, no thank you. I appreciate the offer, though.
Of course, you are always welcome to decline.
And I proceed back down towards the little sled.
Alright, so he puts his helmet back on and he kind of like picks everything up and collects it and puts it into his satchel, which all of it looks like it could not fit into. And, and he simply just goes, "Farewell, my friends. Channel your
Farewell.
divinity if you do need my help. Thank you."
I will bow to the other paladin and return to hauling the sled.
Alright, so are you all on your way again?
Yes.
Okay, so within the hour, so it is now about 4 p.m. as you are reaching the town. You see the guards similar to the last time that you saw when you came to the town. So, and the one kind of just like looks down, embarrassed, just kind of like trying to avert eyes, and they just open the gate for you. They don't test anything.
I will be right back.
Appreciate it, partners. Y'all take care.
And you enter into the town. Enter into. Hold on.
I will attempt to guide the way to where the general store was.
Amplefield. All right, so you're guiding the way to the general store. There's everybody following with this body on a sled.
I would like to, as we enter the town, place the blanket from my pack over the body.
Okay, so the guards saw it, but they paid it no mind, and then you're trying to cover it up beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're dragging this sled that's covered through. Occasionally people are looking at you a little weird, but that's because you're a strange group of people. But nobody's really looking down at the sled like, what the hell's that? They're kind of like, they're just carrying something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you head to the Horn of Plenty?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you open this door, you hear a little bell, like ding-ling-ling, kind of make a dinging noise, and you see Muriel kind of just look over and just be like, "Oh, you're back."
I will hold the door open for the sled to come through.
Okay. So you bring the sled into there, and Muriel's kind of like looking a little bit confused. She's like, "What are you bringing in here?"
Close the door, little one.
I close the door and I look a little sad with like my head down.
I gesture for Muriel to come over.
All right. She walks over. What is it?
I don't know how best to tell you this. I was never one that could always break bad news. I always caused it.
Partner, let me do it.
And you see Muriel kind of just like clench her fist a little bit. As she's
Miriam, I don't know how else to tell you this, but Yerrick, he ain't no more.
She's just kind of like staring at the sled.
That's all we could bring back.
And as she kind of like clenches her fist, and you can see like a little bit of sadness come into her face, you hear her she just goes, "Get out."
It's understandable. I'll leave you to grieve. I appreciate all the business you've given, however.
Leave.
I'm just immediately out.
Yeah. Is everybody else leaving and leaving
Yeah,
the sled?
Yep.
I'll leave. I'll leave
Yeah.
the blanket too over the corpse.
As you're leaving, you can see like a little bit of watering at the bottom of her eyes. She's just staring at the sled, just not moving, but like clenching her fist very tightly. And you all just kind of shut it, and like right after you leave, you see the sign just kind of be flipped over to closed.
Shit. Just not prepared for that today. Also wasn't prepared to have my lats taken out for 3 hours, but that's an entirely different thing.
So, on that note, we do have another job to do, but I'm also quite tired. Would you like to rest for the night and then in the morning be gonna investigating the mayor's mansion?
It is only 4 p.m. currently, so.
I say we at least sit down to have something to eat.
I agree with this.
Suppose I could go for a bite.
Alright. So are you all going to the inn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Chad Haver,
do-
yes.
I'm gonna go off to that same spot that I did last time. That was kind of like out of the way, and where no one could really see me. And then do the same ritual that I did for the silver piece with that little dagger with Garrick's name on it.
Okay. So your raven grabs it and kind of flies away with the dagger.
And I'll wait for it to come back,
Okay.
and then head over to the
Comes,
the inn.
comes back after about 10 minutes. So everybody else enters the inn first. So as you enter this inn, it's pretty dead. Not really anybody there at the moment. Aside from like a couple people who just look like guards, town guards on a break. And
Okay, I'm back.
these town guards, they're just kind of chatting a little bit, and then you see actually you don't see you only see Greta. You don't see Weiss. Only Greta's kind of standing around, and she looks like she's kind of working both of the front and the bar.
Howdy, Greta. How's it going?
Oh, hello. The magically inclined have returned.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We,
suppose you could say that.
Well, what can I get for you?
Nourishment! Cornelius.
He is very
Please.
excited.
He always is.
How's your day going, Greta?
Well. It's good. It's a bit slow, but Weiss is taking a break. I always like to give her those. You know, it's always nice. And I'm just kind of keeping to myself. You know, just kind of enjoying my time. I was knitting a little bit, so but that's in the back room. It's over there.
What do you knit?
Just you know, different pieces of cloth. I just I do it for fun, you know.
I'm somewhat of a whittler.
Oh, okay.
Like to whittle sticks mostly. And
That sounds like it's a fun time. That sounds like it would be enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh, also, can I get a whiskey straight? That would be awesome.
Oh, okay.
Make it
yeah.
2.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be 1 silver piece.
All right, cool.
I still got silver.
She just
Here,
Pours you
Yorick, I
whiskey.
got this. I got
You
this.
sure,
I got you.
partner?
Yeah, I mean, you lost your memory today.
you hear
This'll
like
help me able to do it again.
a glass kind of touch the countertop as she kind of hands those both to you. Any food?
Got any of that them there potato stew you always been making?
Of course.
Take
I
a
didn't know
bowl
they had
of that.
potatoes too.
Yeah, should probably mention that. It's always a staple around here.
I'll take some too.
Okay. Yeah. So the potato stew, that's just gonna be a silver piece as well. She just
My,
kind of takes those and puts 2 bowls in front of you, mixes up the spoons a little bit in them, and then kind of like lets them sit there.
Make sure to blow on it beforehand. It will scald your mouth.
Yorick, I've eaten soup before. like,
What are
I can-
Gaius and
Alright.
Quarry doing?
So, I would like to approach Greta, and I'm going to ask her, "Hi, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If I was to say I have some exotic meat for sale, would you be interested?"
This is embarrassing. I would have no idea. That would be Weiss. Maybe when she comes back, you could offer it. Do you want me to hold? Do you want me to
Would
hold
you-
it until she returns?
Sure. And I'm going to just whip out the boom, the
Oh
big
my.
slabs of meat.
Okay. Thank you. She just kind of brings it back, puts it in the corner. All right. Anything I can get for you otherwise?
Just some food for now would be good.
Would you like the stew as well?
Sure.
Okay, 1 silver piece. And then she gets like a bowl of the stew and sets it before you.
Good, good.
What about you, big man?
Nothing for me, thank you. I lost my appetite today.
All right. It doesn't sound like a fun thing, but I do not need to necessarily know about it. Unless you're
I'll
telling.
go. I'd rather not.
Okay. I won't pry. Most.
Yorick, would you... Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot they were doing stuff.
Howdy.
Yeah, continue your other scene, my bad.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Because I was just going to ask a question about Yorick's... Like, how old is Yorick again?
Ideally 45.
Okay, because I'm just trying to build a mental image in my head.
He's been around for much longer, but you don't know that.
That was all I had.
Okay. Orchid comes in now.
I'm just gonna find where they are and then go sit with the group with my raven perched on me.
Hello, little magically attuned.
I just give her a quick wave and then go sit with my friends.
Anything for your bird friend?
I shake my head no.
Okay. Okay.
Master, allow me a spoonful. It will melt you.
When
Give
you
Corn-
when
give
you were
Cornelius-
telling Maya earlier that like the soup was hot, I just imagined that this was a like it's second nature at that point to warn before eating soup because Cornelius has eaten it so many times and just like melted their mouth.
1 or 2 times before.
Master, a spoonful.
All right, so you're all just kind of resting here for about an hour. It's now 5 p.m.
Perfect.
Well,
and you may all
Would this
take.
count as a short rest?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be sitting at the table, kind of holding my my holy symbol
Yeah.
in both hands, thinking.
I'm just looking through the fur pelts I got and just looking at the quality and just brainstorming what I can do with them. Just messing around with them,
Okay.
brushing them a bit, trying to see how tough the fur is.
All right, and at the end of the hour, there's the door opens and you see come in the same person that you had seen previously. If you recall correctly, that was actually the leader of the town, and she just walks up to the bar and sits down, about like 2 seats away from all of you, and she just goes, "Give me an ale, Greta." Oh, yeah, excellent, okay. And then she just kind of, gives her that, and she's like, "On the house, of course." She's like, "You don't have to, but thanks." She just kind of starts to drink that, keeping to herself.
out of all the faces I would have seen, this is not the one at this time of the day.
Do you recall what she looked like?
And hadn't the faintest clue, but I could roll something if you'd enjoy it.
No. She completely has no left eye. In fact, the area where the left eye is, it looks almost like skin was grafted over. It's like almost, but it looks almost burnt. And then she has a couple of different markings on her face. She has like an upside down triangle with a little dot below it on her forehead. And she also is just like not super slender. She's got like a little bit of bulk to her, but she's just wearing like a leather cuirass, and like she's got like white cloth underneath it that's kind of like wrapped around, and she has like a couple of braids with long hair slinked over one shoulder. It's black hair, but it fades down to like a more of like a strawberry blondish at the bottom.
Oric is going to continue on eating his stew.
I'm gonna pull out 2 of the lavender candles that I found from that shack over by the chapel, and I'm gonna offer them to Maya because I saw that she was using candles earlier for her ritual.
Oh, hey, what are these? Candles from that? These look like altar candles. Kinda, a little bit. Thank you. I actually needed to get some.
And then I kind of like, before I hand you one, and then I take the other and I hold it up to my beak to smell it, and then I hand it over to you. And if you were to smell it, it smells like lavender.
You are you're weird. How have I never seen one of you in the Empire? How are you the only one I've ever seen?
I will just reply, the forest is home.
That makes sense. Oh.
Alchemist shop? I just kind of put it out to everybody. Alchemist shop?
Greta, what time is it?
5 p.m.
Okay. Do you think the alchemist shop is still open? What do you have amnesia? Why am I asking you?
Not anymore, partner.
He's recovered.
That's right. You didn't hear that. I gave Cordelius here a good earful about that. I am sorry.
Good. I'm glad. Would you know if the alchemist shop would still be open right now?
Most likely, unless they decide to change hours for any reason.
Didn't he move
So
out?
actually, the alchemist shop...
Excuse me. Greta's just kind of like, you know, the alchemist shop isn't occupied anymore.
What now?
It's been abandoned.
Since when?
We heard about this when we left town.
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, I mean, your friend seems to know, but yeah, it's the alchemist. He fled. We think it was probably because of, you know, the church moving in. He was kind of wary of that kind of thing, I guess. But yeah, no, they've practically destroyed the place since he left, searching for stuff, but they just can't find anything. It's people a little bit concerned about the tree. There's a tree growing out the center of it, and it's dying, so we don't really know what that's about, but...
Oh yeah, the dying tree.
But yeah, so it's definitely not open in that sense, but I mean, the doors are open, because there's nobody in there.
I'm kind of doing this just to our group that's here. I know that I don't particularly like going in churches, but like to leave town when a church moves in seems a little bit much.
Churches around here ain't too nice.
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye peeled. Maybe I'll get less drinks.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say. About a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Must have been like 2 weeks before. Before they found the mayor dead. But, yeah. That's it. Enjoy.
Thank you, Greta.
Yep.
I'm gonna, like, kind of a little hard, but, like, not too crazy, just, like, pound on the table and go, alchemist shop, alchemist shop.
Yeah, I'm ready to go whenever. I'll just finish my drink.
I put my pelt away and I'm like, oh, all right. I'm feeling it, I guess.
Well, I got nothing else to do.
Or it just like bounces in our chair.
Whiskey's done, stew's good. I'm gonna put these back at the front, and then we can get going if y'all want.
Why not? Maybe it'll help us at the mayor's house. Mayor's manor, I should say.
Greta, do you know if the manor is anywhere near the alchemist shop?
Oh, the manor's just up the hill from the church.
Okay.
So the alchemist shop is nearly dead center of town.
All right. Well, they're not near each other, so.
It's not much of a walk to get to the other one, though. Probably 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Yeah, alchemist shop first, and then we can go to the mayor's
it's on
manor.
the way.
Okay.
I figured we've already loaded so much into one day, we might as well put another thing in it. About another 2.
So you get up and you're heading towards the alchemist shop.
Yes.
So, as you travel down through the streets, you see this large tree that's kind of dying in the center of town, and below it is this structure that looks a little bit unkempt. You can see like a sign almost hanging off that has like a little little bottle representing that might have been an alchemist shop.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of partially destroyed, you can see the words simp.
Say simp?
No, it's bubble, and then it's kind of like scraped off, and then next to it is sim.
Okay.
Can I roll a history check to see if Yorick would have any memory of like when this shop may have been in a more pristine condition?
Sure.
Shane, I had the image in my mind that somebody had vandalized their door and just with like simp on it in like red paint.
Oh god.
Oh God.
That's funny.
He left town not because of the church, but because he was called a simp.
Maybe it was the church. Maybe the church just like vandalized his shop and to like make him leave.
Can I get that roll?
He was selling Belle Delphine's
Yeah.
bathwater. That's why he got ran out of town.
Oh God.
You remember the first word was bubbling?
Bubbling something. I can't remember the rest of it. All I know is bubbling something.
Well, we got 3 of the first letters. Doesn't matter.
Bubbling. Yeah, nothing.
Simplicity,
God, I couldn't.
I'm
I
gonna-
couldn't tell you.
symmetry, but spelled wrong.
I'm gonna peek through either like an open door or a broken window and just kind of like see what's inside.
Yeah, so you go to peek into this room, or into this structure, and what you see is essentially a very, like, it's pretty much been absolutely ransacked. You know, it's been destroyed, shelves are fallen on the ground, stuff is thrown everywhere, there's, like, papers littered everywhere, and there's glass adorned on the floor in areas. Like, nobody's been in here for quite a while, and when they were, they completely destroyed the place looking for something.
I'm gonna go through. Is there a door on it still?
Yeah,
Or-
there's a door in the front, but it's like partially broken off. It's just kind of like slightly hanging open.
Alright, I will open the door more and have my raven just sit on the top of the open door to like keep a lookout or make noise if anybody else approaches,
Sure.
and then go in and just go wild looking for stuff. Mooney's going crazy in the
He
other
is.
room.
Yeah, I can hear him birding out.
That's
So-
a 14 for
Okay,
investigation.
so
I'm
14 for
looking in.
investigation.
I'm looking for corners. I'm looking for anything shiny.
So
checking the floor.
as you look across the floor, you see these almost hastily concealed ashen footprints leading directly from the fireplace that you can see on one side of the room over towards the door.
I'm gonna go check the fireplace.
Okay. Can I get a investigation for the fireplace then?
Sure. 23, natural 20. Tell me
23,
what
okay.
I find.
Okay.
Give it all to me.
Ashes.
So examining the fireplace, you see that there's one thing that's particularly out of place there. It's this this little. It looks like it's a poker, but it's actually, from what you can see, a lever.
Oh. I'm gonna flock call to the rest of the group. Just give everyone a good craw.
Oh. Would you find?
I'm gonna wait till everybody gets close enough and then pull the lever.
Okay. Can I get a strength check?
Oh no. Okay.
If this nat 20s, I will shit.
15.
Still
Nice.
respectable.
Yeah, so you just kind of like hop up and pull on the lever, letting your full body weight kind of pull it down. And it reveals a stone staircase, a short flight of stone stairs that lead down to a basement, and it's absolutely pitch black down there.
Oh, jeez.
There's no light sources that are coming up from it.
Nice.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights
Okay.
and just
Oh.
have a couple lights around me.
Okay, so you kind of release these little tiny balls of light. They're just kind of like a kind of noise coming out of them, and they're all, adorning around you. Who would like to
Okay.
go down first?
I'll go. Sure. Why
I will
not?
follow second.
Okay.
Cornelius, as a result, follows third.
It's not like bad darkness, right?
No, it's just regular darkness.
Okay. So my darkness.
It's
can
not
see
advanced
just fine.
It's not
Yes.
advanced darkness. True.
Yeah, I can see just fine then.
Obfuscation in public areas. Yes, you nailed it. You nailed it, Cornelius.
Ah, genius.
And then I'm gonna keep my raven down there so that it'll start making noise if anybody comes inside. We could probably hear it.
All right.
Or so long as we don't go 100 feet away from my raven, it'll notify me.
All right. So you go into this place essentially. Could I get who is leading the way?
I was.
Okay. Can I get a perception check from you?
Sure thing. Boom.
25. Nice. So, the short flight of stairs, it ends under the shop, where you can see the withering roots of that great tree take up the center, the center area of the room. And the roots kind of sprawl across the floor. And the roots are covered in vines and dead shrubbery.
Oh.
And along the wall, on both sides, are these like strange alchemical devices. There's glass bottles of various shapes, filled with like different liquids, a couple of different pieces of things distilled, like a chicken leg or like an eyeball.
Okay.
And beside the back wall is a wooden desk with piles of papers covering its surface, and along there's a leather-bound book resting on top of that. And then you can also see there are two platforms, these large platforms, these slates, and one of them is completely empty, but the other one is a humanoid figure lying down, and it has lots of just dozens of tools and utensils just next to it.
Does it look? Is it covered?
No,
Okay.
but it does look almost like a corpse.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go check for a pulse.
Okay.
So I'll roll for medicine then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to the desk with the books and the papers.
I'm gonna investigate the humanoid figure. Let's see. We got a 3.
It's dead. It's dead. That's all you know. It's dead.
Awesome.
Dead.
Well, it's a 4, but whatever. It
So
doesn't
you-
matter.
you said you're going over to this desk. Can I
Yeah,
get an investigation from you for that then?
Yee.
And I assume Gaius and Yorick and everybody are all kind of just like standing behind. Are you doing anything currently?
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the tree.
You're gonna look at the tree. Okay.
Okay, I rolled a 12.
A 12. So you see this leather-bound book. It looks like a journal. And
Okay.
on the front of it, you see that there is a name. And the name, it says, is Siegfried.
Okay.
Can I get a nature check from you, Kevin?
15.
Okay. As you're looking at this tree and seeing these dead things, you're looking at these, like, kind of vines, and, one of the vines, almost, like, opens up what looks like an eye socket to look at you. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ah,
Shit.
good.
Plantera boss music.
7, nice.
Okay, so, it whips around, and a bit of, like, almost a claw-like aspect slashes you a little bit, as you kind of try to avoid it, but you only take 1 slashing damage from that, and then I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Good.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for initiative, and then I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll roll my initiative,
18.
then I will
8.
roll.
Oh shit, I'm probably first.
I will roll Cornelius.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Wow, I actually am ahead of Cornelius for once.
Oh wait, dexterity saving throw,
Master,
all of us?
you are quicker than me.
This one time.
Not yet.
Master, you are fleet of
Ooh,
foot.
God. Oh my God! I think somebody's septic tank in my yard just blew, or somebody in my neighborhood's yard just blew.
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Not yet.
Oh my God! No, I just got hit with like a wave of sewage
Clean
smell.
the septic tank now.
Oh my God!
No.
Oh,
In
no.
other news, Gabe dies.
Okay. I am setting this up. I'm assuming Gaius is like right here. We're gonna have Cornelius.
It's so
right
bad.
here. We're gonna have York. I'm sorry that it is so bad. Alright, and then I'm gonna pull everybody over.
Alright, Maya's gonna sound like she has a cold for this entire session now. Because I'm literally closing my nose right now. This is fucking disgusting.
Do you enjoy my tree?
Why did your tree make shit happen?
Yeah, it was the tree the whole time. Let's see.
I can't believe I have a gun as like my main weapon. I've only fired 2 shots off.
Pew pew.
You're probably
And
gonna
you've
fire a
missed
lot more
both.
now.
Oh yeah.
So
It sucks that I don't have any spell slots.
yeah, that happens. I'm gonna be right back, and then we will do this encounter.
I too will be right back. I'm going to pee and get a glass.
Wow, we sure do get into a lot of fights.
Okay. What is
Alright, I'm
Orchid's
back.
initiative?
It's on the screen. It's 22.
Okay. What is York's?
Mine is 9. Cornelius is 7.
Okay. And Mooney is Wea. Alright, Gaius, what was your initiative? Gaius?
I believe he went to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yes.
Choir, what was yours?
18.
Maya, what was yours? Maya?
It's the epic Numa Numa song.
Who is here?
Ugh, I've returned.
What is your initiative?
8.
Okay. Now we're just waiting on Maya, who I do not think rolled initiative yet.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so before you all, you see sudden like pieces of this tree kind of like breaking off and becoming these like wicked forms that are kind of like mimicking faces, but they're just kind of like they're just a collection of these like almost decrepit looking vines in humanoid forms that are trying to lash out at you. As you kind of just hear like the slithering of them kind of moving through and like a bit of like a kind of like cracking off of the tree.
Ew.
Tree.
Tree, yeah. Well, obviously, I needed to mark where the tree was.
Wait, who are these guys? Are they the vines you were just talking about?
Yes,
Okay.
this is the encounter. I do not have anything for the figure that is next to Maya currently. I will place something there. If you give me a moment.
No. Do it. No, you should have done it already.
You're right. I've never been less prepared in my entire life.
Have you never been?
Yeah, there's the figure.
I roll for my initiative.
Correct. What is your initiative?
Hot dog. Oh wait. Ah. There we go. With 8.
Okay, so 8. Alright. Orchid,
Yee.
you are first on the initiative counter.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna stay where I am. And then so this tree is very much like awake and moving, right?
Not the tree.
Just the vines.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to cast yeah. I'm gonna cast should
Should probably switch to
I'm gonna cast Frostbite on this one. Whoa, what is happening? There we go. And this guy right here, the blue.
the blue one.
And yeah, so you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a fail.
Okay, cool. So you take 1d6 cold damage, and you have disadvantage on the next weapon attack before the end of your next turn,
Okay.
or until the end of your next turn.
Give me a 2d6 roll because these things are weak to it.
2d6. That's 6 damage.
Okay. So you shoot this, cold at it as it just kind of like makes a little bit of a screen noise as you kind of like get it with this cold, and it kind of like slithers very quickly and very aggressively.
I guess my action then is I'm gonna get behind the desk if I can.
Okay. The desk is this thing that you're here next to right here.
I'm gonna get on the other side. Just like climb over it.
Gotcha.
and then while I'm climbing over it, I'll take the journal so it doesn't get like messed up.
Can you give me a acrobatics roll?
Sure thing. Totally, I can do that.
Yes.
24.
You vault over that absolutely amazingly.
All right, and like I said, I'm gonna take that journal and just
Yeah.
like bag it well.
Yeah, you just snatch that up as soon, like right as you slide over the desk.
Yoink.
All right. Where?
Alright. So I would like to take a 5-foot step and not provoke attack of opportunity. Disengage from that boy. But then from this safe range, I would like to throw. I would like to produce flame and throw the flame at that one that I just stepped away from. 25 to hit on this one.
Okay, that's definitely a hit.
Cool. And it deals 1d8 plus 4.
So do 2d8,
Ooh.
as it is also weak to fire. 15.
Nice.
15.
So it's just as you like launch this fire from your wrists and it slams into this creature, it's just kind of like writhing and screeching as it's like, you know, kind of slithering and moving around and just kind of like, you know, freaking out.
Because it's suddenly on fire.
Correct.
And then that ends my turn.
Okay. Alright, next, these creatures are going to go. So, this creature is going to slither forward and try to strike Yorick. It's going to try and constrict him. That is a 19.
That's definitely going to hit.
Okay. So you're going to take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
That brings me down to 15 health.
And you are grappled currently, unless you can make a DC 12 strength saving throw.
Let's see.
Don't you make those on your turn?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, sorry, you would make it on your turn, you're right,
Uh.
but you can hold on to that for when you do it. I apologize.
I understand.
I'm not going to deprive you of that nat 20. Alright, so this one is going to approach Gaius and attempt to do the same to Gaius. That will be, as it tries to constrict you, it's going to get a 11, which will not hit you.
No.
So you kind of just back step out of the way and you're like, no.
Foul beast.
Cornelius. This one's trying to grab Cornelius. That is
No.
a 12.
That is a 12. Die! That, my AC on the Cornelius is 12.
It wouldn't beat it then.
Yeah.
This one's going to move forward and try to grip Maya.
No.
11.
Ben?
Yep, so it misses that one, and this one's going to go for Carter. Okay. That is a 14.
My armor class is 18.
Okay, so it also misses as it tries to grip at you. As it kind of like lashes out its vines to try and grasp onto you. Alright, Yorick.
Got it.
I break free of the vines.
Yeah, so you break free of the vines, essentially like ripping them off. So I'm going to have it take 3 damage from that as you ripped its vines off of you.
Alright, partner. Enough playing games. As Yorick just kind of has like a red glowing fist. And I'm going to use inflict wounds to punch it.
Okay.
That is going to be a melee spell attack. Okay. It's a green one in front of me.
Did you roll to hit? Oh, that is to
Yeah,
hit.
that was
Eight.
roll a hit. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so you miss, unfortunately.
There goes the first level spell slots. They're all gone.
Oh jeez.
I feel that.
Alright, anything else?
No.
Okay.
If I move, I'm not gonna get vined again. Fuck that.
Maya, you're up.
Huh? Which one is the weakest one again? Or is that even the hit?
Blue.
Blue? Okay. Alright. Let's just swing the hammer. Let's not get fancy with it.
Bonk.
Bonk. Sorry, I accidentally. Okay. That is an 18.
That hits.
Uh, 10.
What are you
What's my
striking with?
strike I'm striking with my my warhammer.
Okay. So as you grip your warhammer in both hands and you give a large wrenching slam into this thing, you essentially rip the top half of it off and it goes flying and falls backwards, and then the rest of its body just kind of limply falls to the ground.
Hell yeah. I love being strong.
Will that be it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Gaius.
I will strike at the orange boy in front of me with my great sword.
All right. Grip your great sword in both hands. Get a good strike. That will not hit.
I didn't roll, so I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't yours. I'm sorry. That was yours. I mixed that up. Sorry, I saw the 8 and I thought it was yours. My apology.
14.
That will hit.
Ooh. 15.
Ooh. Alright. Alright, so as you take your sword, you slice like half of this thing in half. And it's just kind of like hobbling on one like, humanoid leg as it has one arm that's kind of gripping at you, trying to wrap around you. Cornelius.
Vile creature, have at you! As he basically just kind of tries to puncture it.
Okay.
I always have to remember the actual fucking modifier for my minion, because it's a little different. It's +4. There we go.
That will hit it.
Okay.
Can you give me double the D roll?
Double the D roll, so
Yes.
double damage.
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be 2d4 then, +2.
Ooh.
All right.
I like the 2 4s.
All right. So yeah, he just grips it and kind of like pushes his cold ice onto it as it like turns the vine into solid ice. It just kind of like cracks and shatters off. As the
You keep doing you, buddy.
And we're full circle back to Orchid.
Hello. So, I'm gonna send I'm gonna do another frostbite, I think.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna do Ray of Frost. I'm aiming for the tree.
Okay.
So that's a 12 to hit for the
You're
tree.
just shooting the tree?
Yeah,
Okay.
because these vines are coming from the tree, right?
Well, they broke off of it.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. So I guess I'm gonna attempt to hit this dude, the
Okay.
red guy.
A 12 will hit.
Cool. Alright, so Ray of Frost.
Roll your D's twice.
Cool. So that is 2d8 damage then, so that's an 8, and then your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. All right. Quarry, you're up.
So, I would like to produce flame on this red one, and just in its face, just with this flame.
All right, just blaze it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely a hit.
Wonderful.
Roll the D's twice.
11.
Okay, so that was on the red one, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So you just kind of like burn off the top half of its head, where like the head was formed with the eyes, and it just kind of like steps back for a second and like leans forward, and the vines kind of keep leading at you with like a little bit of cinder burning at the top of it.
Okay.
Alright. And now they're going to attack. Cornelius will be attempted to grapple for 18.
That's going to hit.
Okay, so Cornelius will take 7 bludgeoning damage. He is now
Oh.
grappled.
Ah!
So it just
So
kind of
that
like wraps
grinding.
itself around him and just like squeezes hard. You hear like a of his ice a little bit cracking.
Master, save me!
Gaius, you're being attacked. An 8, that will not get you. You're yet again able to sidestep this thing and just like brush off its vines as it tries to wrap them around you. Yorick, 9, so this one will also do the same as you manage to just kind of like cut away at its vines again. And the last will be Quire. This is a 21. So that one will hit you, and you'll be taking 10 bludgeoning damage.
10.
Yes.
Oof.
And you are now grappled, so it is constricting around you. You can feel it tightening on all of your, like, almost like trying to squeeze off your limbs as it's just kind of like pulling at you.
Okay. Yeah, that hurt.
Yorick. You're up.
Nobody hurts my goddamn thing except for me. And I'm going to direct my hand towards the purple one and cast Ray of Frost upon it.
Okay.
So, just doing that. So I will do my my ranged spell attack as a cantrip.
That's a hit.
Okay.
You can roll those dice twice, or roll the d twice. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so you kind of like shoot this ice at the back of it as it just kind of like smacks into the wall, screeching, and then just like falls to the ground, releasing Cornelius and just kind of like withering and dying as it just kind of like lies there a little bit motionless after writhing for a little bit.
Master, you saved me! You do care! Listen, you just gave me an idea, that's it.
Alright, Maya,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I keep getting fucked up by my character sheet. Sorry. I keep putting in my second monitor.
That's okay.
I think that Maya is going to move closer towards Yorick and attack the green one, casting inflict wounds on it. Assuming that I can make contact with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna cast inflict wounds.
Okay.
I always envision inflict wounds being like a red spell, like color-wise.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So you try to touch this creature with your hand glowing with like this red kind of light.
You roll a d20. It is a 13.
That hits.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Roll for damage.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus Christ! What a stupid spell!
So as your hand touches this, the red light kind of shoots into this thing as it just kind of like screeches and flings around and then just falls to the ground motionless.
What a fucking dumb spell with so much damage!
Inflict wounds is hilarious.
All right,
Ree!
Gaius.
Hands aren't just for healing, baby.
Gaius, you're up.
I will once again strike at what's left of Orange Boy.
Yes.
I have to look at my sheet every time.
It's okay.
Never mind.
Yeah, you unfortunately miss as it just kind of like you try to strike from what was once there but is no longer.
That'll be it.
Cornelius.
I am unrestricted and uncontained. Have at you, vile beast. As he, like, motions towards the orange one and plunges his, icy fingers into the fucking thing again.
Yeah.
Does this have advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
The 18 definitely hits.
Okay. I will do the roll of 2d4 plus 2.
5. Okay. So as you plunge, he plunges his fingers, you can hear like the vine freezing over and just kind of like it just fully freezes over as you hear like just kind of silently screech, and then it just shatters apart into pieces.
Crumbled. You're doing it, buddy.
All right, Orchid. There is one remaining.
Okie doke. I'm going to do probably just a little ray of frost. Yeah, I'm gonna do another ray of frost. Red guy.
Okay.
So that is a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so 9 points of damage.
So you shoot this ray of frost from the very tip of your fingers, and it kind of like blizzards over this creature, and it just kind of like slowly freezes, and then it like falls to the ground and breaks into pieces.
What is the tree doing?
The tree is doing absolutely nothing. Combat is over.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm going to tend to my wounds with a medicine, with one of my herbalism kits.
Okay. Can I get a medical skill
I would
check
like
for
to
that?
assist to give advantage.
Sure. Go with advantage.
Hey, I just go. Well, thank you there, Caius.
Okay. I'm going to have you restore to your... Can you roll a d6 for me?
Yep. I spelled that wrong.
That's a normal die.
You get 2 hit points back.
Woo!
As you kind of just like mop up the blood you have and kind of like clean off your wounds.
Wonderful. Cool.
Okay.
So, I'd also like to actually go and check out the tree now
Okay.
and see how it's doing.
Sure. So you can do a nature check for that.
Whoop.
So from what you can glean of this, these creatures were actually siphoning off the life of this tree, the very reason that it was dying. They were, consuming it in a sense.
Okay.
And they've been doing so for quite a while.
Okay. But the tree should start recovering,
Yes.
or will it? Okay.
It's not entirely dead, but it's pretty close to it.
Okay. I just turned back and I mentioned, so these plant beings have been parasites to this tree. They've been slowly killing it. It should start recovering, but still nearly dead. But he'll get better with time.
This should give the villagers hope.
Well, God, this makes me really wish that I was a tree doctor. Yes.
Never mind the villagers.
Shut
Look,
up, Cornelius!
my ribs. They've been displaced. We'll just
Shut
throw
up.
some water on that. You'll be fine. It's more than just water. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
York, this is a summon, right? Like, so you could just bring him back, right?
I could.
All right, Cornelius, shut up.
Just
I
gonna
don't care right now.
takes a while, but if you can.
All right. I guess, is anyone hurt? At least in a way that they want. Shut up! That is hurt in a way that I guess requires immediate attention.
I require mending.
Shut up!
I have already taken care of my immediate wounds. Though, for later in the night, should we actually, tend to the deeper wounds, that would be appreciated.
I can do that.
Yes. Tend to my wounds.
I want you to spend a long, long day out in the sun, Cornelius, please.
The sun will hurt me.
Good.
Well, while this is happening, I'm gonna keep the journal in my bag, but I'm gonna look through the papers on the desk.
Actually,
Cornelius,
a trait
in this world,
of the summon,
Hippocrates
by
does
the
not
way.
exist.
I do want that to be known. That is actually a trait of the summon.
Okay,
What?
Can you do an investigation for me, Aaron?
Yes.
While in areas above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, the ghost has a disadvantage check on attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
That's really good. That's a 13.
So as you're looking through the papers, it seems like it's just a bunch of different formulas and notes talking about different brews and different stuff like that, and then also a couple of them mention stuff like keywords that you might find like stitching, undeath, and you do see one that says the words necro artifice.
Okay. I'm also just gonna take the papers, but in a way, I'm making a whole bunch of noise while I'm doing this, and I'm just using both of my arms to scoop up papers in a giant pile, and they're getting all crumpled while I'm doing this, and then proceed to kind of shove them in my backpack to keep them.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
What
And then is there
everyone else
anything
doing?
in the desk? Is there any drawer in the desk or anything else in there?
There's nothing else you can really find. It looks like everything of a lot of value is taken.
Okay, go over to where this body.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, Maya's once again doing another. She's using the new candles that Orchid gave to her, and she's doing that ritual again,
Okay.
or that prayer.
I am going to be just looking around the room for anything that looks just either out of place or shiny, or any trinkets, baubles, valuables, and whatnot.
Mhm.
Also search the bodies of the actual plants to see if they've absorbed anything.
All right. Can you do an investigation for me?
Investigation, sure. Not an advantage. 9.
Also, to describe that, the actual thing that Maya is doing is she's on one knee, one arm open palm on the upper knee, and then one hand open palm flat against the ground.
Yeah, so it appears that this place was left in a rush, but there's nothing you can find really aside from what was at that desk that seems like it's really of much relevance, aside from, you see there's a couple vials of three little jars, one with an eyeball, one with what looks like a chicken leg, and another with a tongue, and they're all just kind of there.
Okay. In the meantime, I assume we're spending a bit of time here. I'm going to start doing a ritual casting of Detect Magic.
Okay.
It'll take 10 minutes in game, so you guys do your stuff while I'm ritual.
Is somebody investigating the body?
Yeah, I was over that way. I'm gonna start.
I'll investigate the body so I
Yeah.
can do something.
All right.
I'm just reassuring my ghost isn't going to freak out anymore.
So guys, can I get an investigation roll?
13.
I would say with the assistance of the bird, as the bird is helping
Oh.
you. So
Nat 20.
Yeah, nat 20. So,
Nice.
as you're searching this body, it's dead, and it looks like there's no signs that it would be brought back to life with it for any sense. But it looks like it's been it's been messed around with, some organs removed. Different areas of the body are like scarred a little bit, and it looks like it's been worked on and tested on a little bit, maybe haphazardly and not successfully. It looks almost like a failed experiment.
I'm gonna bring out I'm gonna fish through my backpack to get that paper that had the words stitching on death and necro archives on them, and hand them over to Gaius, and kind of point where it says stitching.
I would like to at least try and read. What are they written in?
They're written in common.
Okay.
So as you look at these and you read them, it seems like this person was trying to experiment with the raising of the dead and with necromancy. But he was trying to implement science into it as well. He was trying to see if he could create more powerful beings with necromancy. And use a what he referred to as necro-artifice.
I wonder what all this means. It's nothing I've seen before, even with regular necromancy.
Necro, who's it what?
This body over here looks like it's been experimented on. Looks like whoever was here was trying to raise the dead, but not in a way I'm familiar with.
Yor just kind of looks around at like the little like tables. Huh. Looks homey. What? It's just a joke.
I'm gonna.
Hey, don't take it. Don't look at me like that. It's just a joke.
I glare at him.
I'm gonna take the page from Gaius and hand it to Yorick. So same thing. You now have this information about trying to use artificing to create undead.
Artificing for what? It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. Yeah. He just sort of just hands the book back.
I'll kind of roll my eyes because the two people I thought would be able to do something with it aren't doing anything with it, and then put it back in my bag. And then, so you said that there were tools around the body and things like that?
Yeah.
Like what type of tools?
Medical tools, so like things for making incisions, things for pulling out the organs, different tools that one would be using to be experimenting with the body.
So this person was trying to raise the dead without magic.
I just nod. And then I'm gonna take the least bloody and gross looking tool and put it in my bag.
Alright, cool. So you pick up a calipers,
Well,
I believe they're
all
called.
the blood would be dry.
It's still kind of gross.
Acquirer, you have finished your ritual. You just see a little bit of magical resonance, like left over from somewhere where magic was performed, but not in a very long time. And it's covering the other slab that is currently unoccupied.
Ooh. I would like to investigate a bit closer and use the spell to identify what type of magic was performed there from
Okay.
the traces.
Gotcha. So do a roll for me.
What investigation?
Yes. Actually, Arcana, I would say.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Much better.
Give me a moment. So, it is necromantic magic that was casted there.
Okay.
You can detect that. And there's like a few like areas that seem like there's like different solutions or different like things that were used that were a little bit beyond necromantic magic, but
Okay.
yes, and then you can tell that there was something that was there that is now gone.
Okay. So I'm just gonna like point to the slab next to the one they're looking at. I'm gonna say there was a body or something here that got resurrected because there's necromancy just pulsing from this place. Like it's been what a couple years or a year or so
1 year.
since 1 year, and yet there's still magic pulsing from it. So it must have been a pretty strong spell. And also, I point over towards the jars and vials. There's one specific vial that's missing, but it's leaving such strong traces of magic. So whatever he took could be made in creating the creatures that we have just fought, or maybe even the ones that we've already met. Who knows?
Could that necromantic magic have seeped into the tree, creating these creatures? Maybe not directly his intention, but...
I'm gonna look at the tree or at the creatures and see if they're made from that magic.
Okay. You do see that they were made from a similar type of magic, but it doesn't seem like it seeped. More so, it was used directly on the tree.
Okay. No. It looks like it was something that was used directly on the tree, not necessarily seeping. But regardless, it seems we've already cleansed the tree of whatever necromantic magic was befalling it.
But why? Why would you do that?
People who wish to meddle with the nature of things, I assume.
We come here with more questions than we have answers.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
right.
just sort of the lay of the land here. Yorick just sort of rolls his cigar in his mouth. Well, if there's nothing left for us down here, I say we go up to the manor. My feet are getting a bit too cold.
The time is now 7 p.m.
Very well. I suppose we can shove off. My eyes are just glowing the same color as like my finger-tipped hands, just drenched in magic. And it's like, well, this will last for quite a while longer, so let's go.
Okay.
Yorick is the first up the stairs.
Is the eyeball in the jar? Does it look like a human eyeball, or?
No. No, you can tell it's not human, but you're not sure what it is.
Alright, I'm gonna take the eyeball.
Out of the jar, or just take the jar?
No, I'm just gonna take the jar,
Okay.
and then I'll head upstairs.
Okay. That eyeball jar weighs 1 pound.
Oh, wow, that's a hefty eyeball.
Well, it's got a little bunch of fluid in it.
One creamy eyeball.
Alright, so you are leaving the alchemist shop.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at the tree when we get outside. Just look at it and see if it's looking better.
From your sense of nature, you can tell that it's definitely a little bit healthier now.
Okay. Just needs time, and then it's thumbs up.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
So where are you all heading at this 7 p.m. at night?
To the mayor's manor.
Okay.
How's the
Ghost
weather?
story time.
Said, how's the weather?
Yes.
Relatively sunny day, partly cloudy, but it's starting to get dark now.
Okay.
What's the next song? You said that kind of like a radio DJ. That was kind of the joke. That fell flat. Unfortunate.
Oh.
Alright.
So you're all heading towards this manor?
Yes.
Okay. So as you follow the directions towards where the manor is, you come up on to this building at the top of a little bit of a incline. It's a red brick building, you know, got a little bit of a couple like slightly smashed windows, and you can see that it's got a little bit of growth on it. Hasn't been tended to in a little bit, and the front door it's already kind of slightly a little bit open.
Ooh, is this the state this thing is in now? Wow.
I would like to walk up to the door and peer inside.
Okay.
Just saw this building in its prime. It was
Get a
pretty.
perception check.
Perception?
Yes.
Well, I'm at least glad to see that at least some of it's returning to nature. I'm not too fond of big ornate buildings like this.
11.
Okay. So, as you look, the house is uncharacteristically dark inside. Surprisingly dark for the amount of sunlight that's coming in. But you also notice that there are actually there's this holy ward that was put into the door, and it's been scratched away. And you also notice footprints moving that you can see from that went into the house.
How long was the walk to the manor?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, so my detect magic's wearing off at this point.
Okay.
Cool.
May I make a religion check to look at what kind of ward it was?
Sure.
And use my background as an acolyte to roll with advantage.
Sure.
11 and 13.
So you can see that it's a symbol of Her Lady,
Mm-hmm.
the church that is local in the town. And it would be used to ward off those of evil nature.
Well, it looks like somebody had placed a ward on the door, but it seems to have been defiled. It's a lot darker inside than it should be this time of day. I think we might have something on our hands here.
Well, if it likes the dark so much, would we like to come back in the morning when there's constant light shining in versus at night where it could be more powerful?
We could always bring our day lamps in.
Alright.
Yeah, Orchid is just gonna kind of like hold up her lamp and then not light it yet though. I'm gonna wait to light it until like we would probably need to.
So, shall we all go in, or do we want to wait?
I don't really know if there's anything worth waiting for now.
Well, since we're all over here bickering one way or the other, allow me, as Yorick begins to go towards the entrance of the door and attempt to go through.
Right, so as you enter this place, there are shards of glass and dried blood that litter the main floor entryway. And a hallway leads to 2 rooms ahead. A bloody handprint is trailing along the wall out of the closest room and onto the staircase handrail, which spirals up around a large, up to the 2nd floor. And the 2 rooms on the main floor, you can always go try and see what those are.
Hello? Howdy? Anybody home? Anybody whatsoever?
You do not hear anything, but a sudden cold feeling does fall over you.
Bit more chilly than before. Well, I think it's okay to come in the main entrance.
I will walk in behind him. My own lantern in my hand.
Orchid is gonna walk through too.
I'll also enter.
Yeah, I'm also going in.
Okay, so as you look around and see this house, you can see that there are 2 rooms on the main floor. There's a common room and a kitchen. And the kitchen looks pretty much untouched. But the common room is a bit of a bloody mess. There are clear signs of battle, slashed furniture, some scorch marks, a little bit of blood splatter on the walls and the ceiling. And yeah, it looks like a lot happened in that room.
Ooh, what happened in here?
Orchid is just kind of gonna use her pointed finger to like slash across her neck and just go.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a quite good round of that happened here.
Did they ever say how they found the mayor's body?
Trying to remember. Shane, as far as I was aware, when I did a recollection of that, it was like I knew the family's like entire history, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but not the reason.
But just not like what happened to the current mayor.
Well, they found his body, but they don't know how he died, and people have been afraid to search the house because they always get a chill sensation and feel terrified when they enter it.
Okay. Yeah, can't say I do remember how the mayor actually did end up croaking. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure nobody actually does recall exactly how he ended up going 6 feet under.
I would like to light my lamp and then investigate the room, the common room.
Okay. So, did you roll for that?
Yeah, 11.
Oh, it did a religion check for some. Or no, my connection's just being weird. Whatever. So you can tell that a slashing weapon was used in here, the way that the blood splattered about, but not much else. There's a spot where you assume that a body might have been. But beyond that, that's all you can glean from looking around the room.
Can't tell anything more than a fight gone bad.
What are some of the how could we probably ascertain how the common room was set up previously? Is there like a fireplace, table? Are there chairs?
Yeah, so there's furniture strewn about. There was tables and chairs and stuff. There's a fireplace there. Yes. It's just kind of like a common room that people looks like they would sit in and rest, but it's been scattered all about and lots of stuff. Certain things destroyed. Signs of struggle.
Are there any like paintings on the wall?
No.
I'm gonna head towards the kitchen because you said the kitchen was relatively untouched.
Yep, kitchen looks perfectly normal to you.
Okay. I'm just gonna look through the kitchen then, I guess, and kind of like feel around spot.
Hey, can you give me an investigation?
Sure. 13.
Okay, so a 13 in investigation. You see pretty much, not really too much. There was a little bit of searching done in here. It looks like something, looked around in here, but not too intensely, just kind of like casually looked around to see if they could find anything. But it's just a normal kitchen. Otherwise, generic utensils, generic anything you'd find in a kitchen.
Does it look like, because probably nobody's been in here a while, does it look like there's any like dust that has been displaced? Because you say that it's been like searched. Are there any footprints going in a certain direction?
There is dust displaced in certain areas, yes. You don't really directly see footprints per se on the ground, but you do see that stuff has been moved around more recent than within a year ago.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go over to those areas and just try to like see what may have been moved.
Okay. What are the other party members doing at this time?
Was in the living room at the time. However, I think Yorick, alongside Cornelius, will go up the stairs.
Okay, so you're beginning to go up the stairs, and then what are the other party members doing, such as Gaia, Squire, and Maya?
Well, this is my first time in a manor, so I'm just kind of looking around, and I'm like, kind of shocked that there's just this much building for a house. And I'm just kind of following the party, still just looking around.
I will follow good old Yorick up the stairs to keep him within the light.
Okay. And Maya is just kind of following suit, I assume.
Yep.
Okay. So as you near the top of the stairs, you do hear a sort of heavy kind of like a thump, like a
Partner, you hear that?
and
Yeah.
as you are searching the kitchen and you are coming to the top of the stairs hearing these heavy thumps, I'm going to call the session for